signs the World Economic Forum's "You Own Nothing and Be Happy" is coming to pass. The World Economic Forum boldly claimed in 2016 that by 2030, we'll own nothing and be happy. The year is now 2022, almost halfway through their prediction, and so far there has been an almost aggressive effort by corporations towards making this infamous claim reality. With dollar signs in their eyes and their consumers' wallets in their crosshairs, these corporations have already made positive strides in shifting their products from products to services and their consumers from owners to renters. The following are signs of the World Economic Forum's "You'll own nothing and be happy" coming to pass. Some of these signs have been present before the infamous claim was made, however have been ramped up and exacerbated since. Essential assets, homes and cars. It goes without saying that the vast majority of the population cannot afford to have their own home, with properties being treated as investments and being collected in portfolios like children collect trading cards. Along with inflation, a housing crisis, and a host of other factors, the prices of properties in most parts of the world have skyrocketed, leaving most of the population unable to afford a home. This leaves people with little choice but to either rent or take out a home loan. The people renting own nothing. The people taking out a loan are given the illusion of owning something but ultimately own nothing until their loan is paid off, a process that can take up to 30 years. Cars, on the other hand, have also been steadily increasing in prices, forcing more and more people into either financing them or leasing them out. The latter option is particularly insidious as it deploys a honey trap where the consumer is baited into a potentially never-ending rent plan where the consumer leases a car, pays it down over a year or more, then trades it in for a newer model, so the cycle repeats. Concerning precedents are also being set by leading manufacturers such as BMW, who have recently announced their plans to introduce subscriptions for individual features on their new vehicles. These subscriptions are monthly fees to access features such as heated seats, steering wheels, BMW Drive Recorder, or automatic high beams. Features which are blocked by software unless the consumer coughs up. Other manufacturers like Mercedes are also licking their lips at the prospect of introducing subscription models to their cars. Entertainment, movies, music, and video games. Convenience is the excuse given to execute physical ownership of media. It's also one of the more popular Trojan horses deployed to achieve the goal of you owning nothing and being happy. This excuse of convenience has been one of the most effective in convincing the masses to give up physical ownership of awkward, burdensome CD collections of their favorite movies, games, and, although not endorsed, music too. These media categories have all gone online in one way or another. Movies have gone from CDs to streaming services that dictate what you can watch and leaving you to the mercy of a stable internet connection. Music has followed the same path. Video games are primarily purchased online now and in some cases can only be started while having an active internet connection, although still in its infancy. Subscription-style gaming streaming services are increasingly becoming more popular. More and more games are becoming live services, which require a constant injection of a consumer's time and funds to access periodically released content. Content that in years gone by would have been part of the base game. Books too are not spared. Physical books, although surviving for the time being, are in the crosshairs, with virtual book platforms gaining popularity. Virtual book renting is not yet something widespread, however one cannot help but think, with the track record of other media types, that it is not too far away. The ambitious Metaverse project by Facebook creator Mark Zuckerberg is also currently brewing, and its storm clouds are insidiously approaching from the horizon. Metaverse will offer people the opportunity to customize their virtual avatars and virtual homes by spending real money on these non-tangibles. The Metaverse even goes so far as selling with real money virtual real estate, replacing the real-world equivalent increasingly unobtainable by the masses. This service is expected to go mainstream within the next decade. Just like cars mentioned earlier, mobile phones these days are pricey enough for consumers to turn towards payment plans, usually locking them into a contract. These contracts can take long enough to pay down that once the phone is on the verge of being paid off, consumers are offered the chance to trade in their phone and replace it with a new model, thus repeating the cycle and trapping the consumer in a spiral where they did not own their phone outright. The apps themselves from every category available on app stores have ditched the option of allowing consumers to purchase the apps with all their features outright and now most offer only tiered subscription plans. Old apps that once offered outright purchase of their product have been revised and updated to only include subscriptions. After all, why charge a consumer a one-off fee when you can continuously drip feed off their savings? Have you noticed it by now? You are no longer owning things, but rather, you are renting, streaming, leasing, repeatedly paying for temporary access. With every passing year, it seems the World Economic Forum's prediction is more likely to come to fruition, and we are not even at the halfway point yet. Physical ownership is being assured through the back door, consigned to history under the guise of convenience. Have you noticed any instances not mentioned in this video, where ownership was once the staple yet now isn't? Do you think that we will all truly own nothing and be happy? By the year 2030 no less. Or will the masses catch on to the erosions of ownership and take action? Or do you prefer the convenience of owning little and paying for access only when you need it? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.